Hi everybody, uh, I'm Mike Marble. I'm the proprietor of this channel. And for those of you who follow, you know what this channel is all about. You know what this platform. But for those of you who don't follow on a regular day-to-day basis, and who this might be your first video, I am going to tell you a story that happened to me about 3 years ago now, and it's a story that means a lot to me because I feel like it really impact the course of my life and maybe the the other person that was involved in it too. So here we go. It, it, there we go. It all started New Year's Eve night, 2018, when I met a girl very nice little country girl, uh, hard worker, good work ethic, very hot, all the beautiful, actually, long hair, uh, all the stuff that late 20s man was like, ah, and she used to work with me, and I was heavily intoxicated, uh, that, so I started talking to her, and we got to talking, and then I went on, and I was telling her my story. She was telling me her story, and 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 she told me that she was coming out of a rough patch at the time, and going through some stuff. So I took that into account, and we kept talking, and as January became February, and uh, we did the same thing, and we built up a friendship, trust, and all that. And she told me, was telling me more and more about her life, knowing more about her kids, and we figured out we had a lot in common, so needless to say, was smitten from one of my caregivers that is not the that's in the blue with wheelchairs that I do believe. So as February became March, they made some changes at my house in how the shift happens on Mondays and see you for work graveyard. And so when the changes happened, she lost her thought on graveyard. So she dropped that one call just so she could sit around and help and all that. Because she really cared about the guys. She cared about her dad. She was a good person, which is something we desperately need in this business. So, as weeks went by, sorry, as weeks went by, I realized I liked the morning now, and I got to be quite fond of it, and the main regulars knew that, and so they knew if they needed a night off to spend with the husband, the boyfriend, the kids, or sleep a little bit more till I say it. They knew they had somebody that would step in and take care of all of us and do it well, do it right, and all that. And I was fine with it, because by this point, I thought she was the coolest thing this side of the working woman. So, so as February headed on in the March, she started working with him and more, and our relationship started to blossom a little bit more. And about March 16th or so, she had a shift. She came in, but the shift, everything went well. We hung out, stayed. I hung out with her till about 4:30 in the morning, which was a common occurrence. Because once I figured out there was something there, all I wanted to do was see her and spend time with her, and that was the best way for me to do that. And I did it right. So she put me in bed. She does my night routine with ease. Everything goes well. She pulls the blanket over me, and I just set the look to walk out to say goodbye. See you next time, and walk out of the room like she normally would. And she had done numerous nights before. But only this time she got over, she got put me in the bed, pulled the gloves off, she leaned over and she kissed me with something I was not ready for. But I was calm, I was cool, I was nice and relaxed. I said, that's something to me. And, 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 uh, and the next week comes along, she has another shift at my house. So I asked her about it, and I asked her if she meant to do it. She said yes, and I asked if I did it. Well, naturally, I said yes, and what and then to do with a real soldier affection. So, I knew at that point I, we had something more than just friends. So and over time, we kept that. She kept opening up to me, and I realized about the end of June that I was falling head over wheels for her, and she knew it because I am a quadriplegic player. Well, that over in between that is due, I made a series of what turned out to be eventually fatal mistakes. And that was the simple fact that I kissed and I told, which is something you can never do in a normal relationship. That's a relationship like ours. And so as time went on, and we get to do the whole house and Father's Day weekend was around, and I had to leave to go do stuff with the family and with Dad, because we were trying to get ready to go camping and do a normal summer stuff. And so one night she was there and I wasn't. And I told her I was leaving. She said, okay, fine, see you next time. And we go about our merry way. And well, the company I was living with was Honduras, so they thought at the time to pounce on her, so they did, and they got rid of this meant we lost our car and I lost my lady that I was head over wheels for, and I and I needless to say I had a busted heart, a broke ego and a broken wings. You know, I tell you this story not to add out a piece of my Jordan laundry or hers for that matter, but I tell you this story to point out what I feel like is not only a flaw in handicap society and developmental talent society, but it's a flaw in how the developmental talents help us are written because if you think about it, in a normal relationship, outside of the system, with two concerning adults, whether the male or female, male and male, female and female, it does not matter. If they have, if they start hanging out and they get to know one another, and those type of one-on-one symbiotic romantic feelings start to develop, we as society want positive feelings to develop. We as human beings want those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions to develop. In normal society, people have room to cultivate those feelings. They have room to hang out with that person. They have room to express themselves. But in our situation, and because of the way that humans are the world, when a client and a caregiver want to cultivate that kind of relationship, it's against the laws and it's against the rules. And the systems frown upon it because of the way they hypnotize our world. Now, I am 100% support of the hypnotize because 99% of the people, of the clients who show up in these type of places do not have the, the natural capabilities to cultivate those type of relationships. They do not have those the capabilities to to uh, to know what those feelings do and to know how to handle those one minute, those symbiotic, those emotions that come when you're trying to cultivate a symbiotic relationship. And if you are not careful, you can and you will get taken advantage of. But, and so that is the reason I'm in support of the of HIPAA regulations. But I ask you, as the audience, when that 1% person consumer like me who knows what the feeling is, who is mentally capable of cultivating those relationships, who knows how to handle himself in those type of situations. Why should we have to suffer because of the way that hippopotamus are wrote? Because if you look at these companies, you have husbands working with wives, you have boyfriends sleeping with girlfriends and working for the same company. You have relationships that suck because you will work for the same company. But they don't get reprimanded. They don't get black marks on the records for the rest of the career. But yet, when we try it as caregiver clients, we get in trouble. We get pulled apart. The, the system sets in a way and says he's not mentally capable of doing that. He doesn't understand what he's doing. With, like I said earlier, 99.5% of the time is the case. And that is highly valued. But there needs to be room for people like me to cultivate those. Because to be honest with you, I don't know how many chances I'm gonna have. I don't know how many girls are gonna take the time to to see past the real now, see past the disability. So if we do have an opportunity like that with a real honest person who's in it for the right reasons, we need and we should be allowed to cultivate those. There needs to be a loophole in the system somehow that allows people like me and myself to remain open to that. Now, that being said, if the person's ability was no whatever, and she's just out to exploit you, then that's a different matter. Then if you don't see it, then you might need a little help. That as human beings, how you let me help. Don't just step in and tell us we need help, because we may not. We may have a good idea what's going on. Now, in my situation, did I have the best idea what was going on? No, because I didn't feel no pain by outward. But I feel like I should have the opportunity to figure out what's going on and to feel outside of it. But I didn't get that time. So to wrap this up, I ask you, how can we make it so that the laws and the rules develop? How can we make it so the system is not so one size fits all? How can we make it so it's not such a double standard? That's the question, and that's the point of this video, is to point out that the system does have double standards, and that double standards all over the place, not just with that, but with countless others too. But this is the one that has affected me most directly and most personally, has hurt the most. So let's fix it. Let's change it. Let's make the system work better. And I know I'm not the only one who's been affected by it. I know I'm not. Yes, I do know that I was a leper, what happened. The reason I laughed was totally my fault, and I'm man enough to sit here and tell you that loud and proud and rowdy like the rowdy little mouth of the South Carolina. I was the biggest stick around, and I know that. And if she sees this, I hope to God she sees it and she understands. But that being said, this is an issue that needs to be fixed. This is an issue that I believe in. Sorry, this is this, this is my opinion on the issue. And that's all I can give you because I have an opinion on it because it's all part of my life. You're welcome to it. I'm my mother. See you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Keep your head up. Keep smiling. Keep driving forward. See you later.